All right, let's take a look at 1.2 values. Know your coder. In this assignment, you are the coder. You are creating questions for someone to take a quiz about you. Okay, so you are the coder. The user is going to type their answers, and then you're going to basically tell them whether they're right or wrong. Okay, so let's get started. Line 11. We've got get input with prompt. What is the coder's favorite color? And then we need to assign that to a variable called guess. So we're going to be using the variable guess all the way down through until we get to the variable diff. So only two variables this time, not too bad. So in line 11 we have guess, assign means equal, input, and then here's our prompt, parenthesis, quotation mark, what is the coder's favorite color? Question mark, quotation mark, parenthesis. And remember, you are the coder. So don't answer this question yet. You're asking them the question. Okay, there was some confusion about that in class. Line 15, we've got print your guess concatenated with the variable guess. Okay, so in this line, we are printing the words your guess, colon, and then we're going to have whatever they said printed after that. Whatever is stored in the variable guess is going to get printed. Okay, so we go print, parenthesis, quotation mark, your guess, colon, space, quotation mark, plus sign for concatenation, and then the label guess. That is our variable label, which is from line 11. That's how they're connected, okay? All right, moving down to line 18. Here's where you tell them the answer, okay? So we're going to print answer followed by your favorite color. So don't literally type followed by your favorite color. I had a few people do that. Don't do that. You're supposed to tell them the real answer. For example, my favorite color is pink. So what did I type? I went print, parenthesis, quotation mark, answer, colon, and I said the word pink. Okay? Quotation mark, parenthesis. So you put whatever favorite color is yours right here where I put the word pink. If you want to just turn it into a sentence, the whole thing, you can. You can get rid of this whole thing and say, my favorite color is pink. All right? Or my favorite color is blue, or whatever it is. The next thing we're going to do is we've got a print blank line for spacing and readability. So we've got a print open parenthesis, close parenthesis. Before I go down to question 2, I want to teach you a trick about copy and paste. So now line 15, we're going to print this line 5 times in this assignment. Okay? So one thing we can do is we can borrow our own code here. So I've clicked and I am highlighting that line of code. I want to copy that line of code. So I'm going to hold down the control button. That is the bottom left corner on your keyboard, or it's the command button if you're on a Mac. And then I'm going to hit the letter C. So I'm holding the control or command if you're on a Mac, and then I click the letter C. Now I just did that and you didn't see anything happen. That's okay. I didn't want anything to happen. I want that to stay right where it is. But now when I come down here to line 2, and I go to answer my questions, I notice that line 33 is the exact same thing. So watch, I'm going to get rid of that. See, ooh, I just got rid of my code. Oh my goodness. I'm going to paste what I just copied, okay? Paste. So now I put my cursor where I want it to go. You see it, it's there, it's blinking. I hold down that control button again, or command if you're on a Mac, and then I click the letter V as in Victor, V. And there it is. That's copy paste for you. So yes, you are allowed to copy paste parts of code, things that you need to repeat. That's totally fine. So we're now on question 2, line 29. We've got to get input with prompt, what is the coder's favorite food? And assign to guess. So again, we're taking that same variable and just we're replacing what was in it with something new. Okay, it's the same variable as we used up here. We're just replacing the information being stored inside. So I go guess equals input, parenthesis, quotation mark, what is the coder's favorite food? Question mark, quotation mark, parenthesis. And then down at line 33, if you copied and pasted, you've already got that in there. It says print your guess and concatenate with the variable guess. So you know what that looks like. You can see it on your screen. And then followed by, guess what? Your actual answer. So we've got print answer followed by your favorite food. So we've got print, parenthesis, quotation mark, answer, colon, and then right here I had typed, you put your actual favorite food here. So my actual favorite food is chocolate. And somebody before was like, that's not a food. Hey, if I eat it and it gives me energy, it's food, okay? So my favorite food is chocolate, always and forever. Chocolate for life. That's my answer. You put whatever you want there. Maybe you like tacos. Maybe you like pizza. Maybe you like the cheeky nug nugs. I don't know. Put whatever you want in there. Then we've got a print blank line. So print open close parenthesis. You should be an expert with that line of code by now. Question number 3 says, get input with prompt, how old is the coder? Then assign to guess. So once again, we're using that same variable, guess. Assign means equal, input, and we got to ask them the question. How old is the coder? Question mark, quotation mark, parenthesis. All right, we're going to do that. Your guess concatenated with guess again, but guess what? Because I copied it way up at the top, I can paste it again. Control and the letter V. Okay, I can paste it as many times as I want, so long as I don't copy something else in the meantime. So there is our print, parenthesis, quotation mark, your guess, colon, plus sign guess, parenthesis, and then we've got to print our actual answer. So our actual answer is actually how old are we for real? So we go print, parenthesis, quotation mark, answer, colon, space, and how old is GPie? Well, if you're watching this before October 30th, she's 44. If you're watching it after October 30th, she's 45. So we're going to go quotation mark, parenthesis. Now, please don't put 44, because I know you're not 44. I know you're probably like 11, 12, 13, maybe even 14, but you are definitely not 44. Okay? Put your own age in there. That leads us to line 60. So this one is a little bit different. We've got a typecast in here. That's that vocab word we've been talking about. Typecast is how we change the data types between each other. So we've got to start by calculating the difference, that's subtract, folks, between your current age and what the user guessed. And we have to typecast guess to an integer. INT stands for integer. Where am I reading this? I'm reading it right there. Okay, so we've got to typecast guess to an integer in order to be able to do the math. And then we're going to assign all of that to the variable called diff. So I always start with the variable first. So I go diff. I know I need to assign. Right there's the word assign. Assign means equal. There's no input this time. I got to do some math. So I'm going to start with typecasting the variable guess, not guessed, the variable guess as an integer. So here's what that looks like. I go int, parenthesis, guess, parenthesis. There are no spaces. Okay, that's important. Typecasting, there are no spaces between those things right there. Then I need difference. Difference means subtract, so I'm going to click the button next to 0, that line button next to 0. It's between 0 and the plus sign on your keyboard. It's the difference button. It makes a difference. And then we have to subtract your real age from their guess. Okay? You're subtracting your real age from your guess. So for me, my real age is 44. You will not put 44. You will put your age, 12, 13, 14. Whatever it is, put it there. Now, we've got to typecast again at line 65 because we want to print the difference. But currently, as of line 60, diff is an integer. Why? Because we turned guess into an integer and we subtracted an integer from it, so all of this is an integer stored in diff. So in order to print diff, we got to turn it back into a string. So here's what that looks like. We go print, parenthesis, quotation mark, And I'm printing this right here. So I go, you were off by space quotation mark plus sign. We have to concatenate our typecast. Look at me using vocab words. str for string, parenthesis, diff, parenthesis, plus sign, quotation mark, space, the word years, period, quotation mark, parenthesis. Where did years come from? It came from right there. And by the way, ignore this extra quotation mark right here. I don't know why they got that in there, and I don't know why that's on the outside, and I don't know why that's on the outside. Go figure. It's weird. Just do what I showed you. Don't worry about the mistakes in the comments. Okay? So it says print, parenthesis, quotation mark, you were off by, quotation mark, plus sign, str, parenthesis, diff, parenthesis, plus sign, quotation mark, space, years, period, quotation mark, parenthesis. Yay, you did it. And then we print another blank line for spacing. So print, open, close. Okay, that one's the easy one. Here we go. Line 75, get input with prompt, what is the coder's favorite animal? And then assign to guess. So again, guess, we're back to guess. Guess equals input, parenthesis, quotation mark, what is the coder's favorite animal? Question mark, quotation mark, parenthesis. Then I go down here, hey, do you still have that line of code copied? You can go Control V to paste, or Command V if you're on a Mac. If you do not, you must type it again. Mwahahaha. Alright, line 83, we're going to print our actual answer. So my actual answer is going to be slightly different from your actual answer. So I go print, oops, not print, parenthesis, quotation mark, answer, colon, space. And what is my favorite animal? My favorite animal are the doggos. I like the doggos. I like other animals too, like the snow leopard. I am really fond of the snow leopard, probably because it's my favorite pet on World of Warcraft. But you're too young to know World of Warcraft, so we won't talk about that. Alright, so we'll just go with doggos as my favorite. Now, yours is not going to be doggos. Yours is whatever you say. It's your prerogative. Down here, line question 5, it says add more questions below. So add one more question. One more of your own. Something like this. I'll go guess. I'll go equal. I'll go input. I'll go parenthesis, quotation mark. And I'll say, what does the coder want to be when they grow up? Question mark, quotation mark, parenthesis. That's an example. You're welcome to use it. You don't have to use it. We'll put a space in there, and I'm going to go print, parenthesis, quotation mark, guess. Oops, actually, I don't have to do that, because guess what I've still got? Control V. Woohoo! Yay for Control V. Okay, and now I'll go print, parenthesis, quotation mark, answer. What do I really want to be when I grow up? I want to be a teacher, a teacher. Guess what I am? A teacher, a teacher. All right, let's run our code, make sure it works. Okay, what is the coder's favorite color? I'm going to pretend like I'm not me. Green. Answer pink. What's the coder's favorite food? I'm going to pretend like I'm not me. Chicken. What's the coder? How old is the coder? I'm going to pretend like I'm not me. 25. Ah, and look, you were off by negative 19 years. Holy cow. What's the coder's favorite animal? I'm going to pretend like I'm not me and say fish. And what does the coder want to be when they grow up? I'm going to say fireman. Firewoman. Answer teacher. End program. No code errors. No bugs. Once you have no bugs, turn it in. Don't forget that pink arrow button in the bottom right corner. See you later.